Hello students, this is O.P. Rai from Jagran Public School, Varanasi, and today I am going to explain to you the lesson On the Face of It written by Susan Hill, class 12th from the supplementary book Vistas. Let's get to know about the author Susan Hill. Susan Hill, born in Scarborough, North Yorkshire in the year 1942, was an English author of fiction and non-fiction works. She attended Scarborough Convent School, where she became very interested in the theatre and literature. Her family left Scarborough in 1958 and moved to the city of Coventry, where her father worked in car and aircraft factory. She took A-levels in English, French, History and Latin, and then got an English degree at King's College London. By this time, she had already written her first novel, which was published by Hutchinson in her first year at the university. Her first serious novel, Gentlemen and Ladies, was published in 1968, followed by A Change for the Better, I Am the King of the Castle, The Albatross in quick succession, among the other stories. Let's begin by looking at the theme of the play On the Face of It. The play On the Face of It deals with the idea that appearances are generally deceptive. Mr. Lamb, the central figure of the play, appears to be happy and contented and even pretends to have many friends, whereas in reality he leads a lonely life and craves for company, which is clearly brought out towards the end of the play. He does have positive outlook on life, but the deep sense of disappointment is evident within him as he is neglected by the people. The play also deals with the idea that physical disability is always painful. It makes one pessimistic, withdrawn, and even cynical in the face of neglect or overt concern shown by others. The sense of alienation felt by disabled or deformed person is even more devastating. It shatters his confidence and fills him with negativity and inferiority. Hence, the person with disability wants to be treated normally without showing any overt concern or pity. He needs real encouragement to live wholesomely and meaningfully. Characters of the play. Derry. Derry is a young boy of 14. He has an ugly half-burnt face due to acid burn. He suffers from inferiority complex and is defiant and withdrawn. He remains conscious of his handicap and feels hopeless and lost. As a result, he avoids people and has begun to hate them. He doesn't like his parents and family members as they show overt concern and pity him. His approach towards life is pessimistic and he attaches too much importance to the unpleasant remarks of the people about him. But his meeting with Mr. Lamb has a very positive impact on him, and he changes his perspective for the good. He undergoes a tremendous change and begins to realize that physical deformity isn't necessarily an impediment to lead a meaningful life and to achieve one's goals. His conversation with Mr. Lamb enables him to develop a positive approach and an optimistic outlook towards the life. At the end of the play, he is ready to face the world boldly. Mr. Lamb. Mr. Lamb is an old handicapped person who lost his one leg in the war, so he walks with a limp with his tin leg. Children make fun of him by calling Lemmy Lamb. People generally avoid him. Derry's mother too have negative opinion about him. He longs for human company and suffers his loneliness. However, he is a generous and considerate man. He is sensible, optimistic, and has positive outlook on life. In spite of his deformity, he considers his life worth living and enjoys it. He takes interest in everything that goes on in his garden. He loves listening and watching even subtlest of things and enjoys reading. He is a bold and open-minded person and believes that physical handicap shall never limit one's potential to achieve anything one sets his mind and heart to. He helps Terry to overcome his insecurities and inhibitions and convinces him that world is not as bad as he thinks of it. He eventually succeeds in empowering Derry with unprecedented zeal and determination filled with passion and optimism. Summary of the play. The play has 3 scenes. In the first scene, that is the opening scene, Derry, a young boy of 14, is introduced. He scales the wall of Mr. Lamb's garden and steps into it, expecting that no one lives there. However, he gets startled to see Mr. Lamb, an old man, before him. He promptly assures Lamb that he has not come there to steal and prepares to leave. Lamb tries to comfort Terry and asks him not to be afraid of anything or anyone. Terry says he is not afraid of anyone, rather people are afraid of him. Thus, Lamb engages Terry in a conversation and slowly he opens up. He tells the old man that how people stare at him because he has a half-burnt face due to acid poured on one side of his face. He says that people find him ugly and neglect him completely. Even his parents make him conscious of his disability by showing extra concern and pity. Mr. Lamb consoles him by giving his own example. He says that he lost his one leg in war and wears a tin leg. Children call him Lamey Lamb and derive fun out of it, but he doesn't feel bad. They still come to his garden for candies and jelly because they are not afraid of him, as he is not afraid of them. Mr. Lamb asks Terry to face the harsh realities of life bravely. He tries to convince Terry that it is the inner beauty that matters, but Terry doesn't agree with him and retorts back that even his mother kisses him on the other side of the face. He says no girl would ever fall in love with him. As to the tin leg of Mr. Lamb, Daddy says that he still can put on trousers and hide it and no one will have to see it. But he, on the other hand, can't hide his face. He asserts that he will never look different. Daddy further tells Mr. Lamb how a woman one day whispered to another woman that he is a terrible thing and only a mother could love such a face. Mr. Lamb cautions him not to give much importance to what people say. Daddy tells Mr. Lamb that his family members talk about him when he is not near. They say how he will get along with the world with that thing on his face. Mr. Lamb rejects it outright, saying that he has a complete body and can do better than the rest if he sets his heart and mind to anything he wants to do. During the course of the conversation, Mr. Lamb encourages Terry to drop his pessimistic approach towards life and motivates him to look at the brighter side of the picture through numerous sensible, striking ideas and examples. As a result, a positive change dawns upon Derry and he brims with optimism. Derry wants to go back home and promises to come back. Mr. Lamb expresses his doubt as no one ever comes back to him. Scene 2. In the second scene, Derry's mother desists him from going back to Mr. Lamb as she has heard weird things about him. Derry questions her as to what she is afraid of. He tells his mother that he wants to go back to him because the old man tells him about things no one has ever told him, and if he fails to go there, he would not be able to go anywhere in this world. Influence of Mr. Lamb over Derry is pretty evident in the second scene. He does sound to have overcome his complexes and critical notions, and in spite of his mother's protest, he runs out to Lamb's garden. In the third scene, we find Mr. Lamb up on a ladder trying to get the crab apples down. The ladder falls back, taking Lamb down with a loud thud. Precisely at that moment, Derry opens the gate and excitedly shouts that he has come back. He sits beside him, repeatedly saying that he has come back. Mr. Lamb does not stir. He is dead. However, he gave Derry life before he dies. He helped Derry break all the shackles he had put around himself. The message contrived into the plot of the play is that the scars or handicaps are not unsurmountable impediment on one's way to lead a meaningful life, leave a mark, and make a difference. History is full of people who, despite their handicaps and deformities, have done extraordinary things and achieved unimaginable feats. The play beautifully deals with the sense of loss, isolation, and how to overcome it, and highlights the need of treating a physically challenged or deformed person normally without showing overt concern or pity. Dear students, these questions given here are for your self-assessment. You are requested to answer these questions yourself for complete comprehension of the play. Dear students, I hope this video will help you understand the lesson. See you next. Till then, goodbye and thank you.